Okay, so keep things clean and tidy.
What are you waiting for?
I'm thinking, Daniel. And also I'm nervous. What a way to kick off this
It's all right.
this part in the series.
I'm sorry, we don't want any of...
Oh my god.
Hello, Claire.
Whoa. All right, how's this game gonna upset me this time? Hi, welcome back. I'm Brant, and we're playing Life is Strange 2 again, picking up where I left off last in episode 2. I don't remember what the episode is called. Something about roads. I don't know. It's been a couple months, and I'm ready to get back into it. I've steeled my mind. I've hardened my mind, so that way I can endure whatever is to come. What happened last time? Well, last time, Sean and Daniel were in an abandoned cabin out in the middle of nowhere. It was winter. We were training Daniel's powers, and he seemed to be excelling quite a bit. However, it came at a cost. And that cost was implied. It was not explicit, but it was implied that as he grows these powers, it's also physically ailing him. He keeps coughing. He's got this nasty, persistent cough. And that is motivating Sean to say, hey, we can't stay here forever. You're sick. We need to get you medical attention. And his proposed solution for doing that is we have to go find our grandparents who are kind of nearby. Grandparents from their mom's side. Their mom has been absent from the picture since forever. Presumably, there's a lot we don't know about the mom. We kind of spent the night at the cabin, and now I think we are on our way to the grandparents' house. I guess we'll see how that goes. Am I nervous about this? Absolutely not. I'm a confident and independent man. I am guided by my morals, and I'm sure everything will be okay. I'm sure. When has things ever not been okay in this game? Name one time. Also, you can hide the menu in the game. It's kind of nice. It's just a scenic view. Here we go. No problems whatsoever. I hear mushroom. Oh wow, we really packed up, huh? Put it all in a knapsack. Throw it over our backs.
Hey, Daniel. How are you doing?
It sucks.
I'm coming.
Okay. Hold on. Not quite yet, mushroom.
He's definitely a fast learner.
That's what you said last time. Are all of these all the same? Sorry, mushroom. You can wait a minute. I'm sure.
Mushroom wants to go out. Don't you hear?
Yeah, sorry.
Move.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
So, what's going on?
It doesn't fit in. There's too much stuff. It's fucking bullshit.
This is interesting because I had a similar choice in the previous part where I had the opportunity to crack down. Here, I can really crack down, and I don't know that that's... I think I can let it slide a little bit. I think on some level, Daniel does need guidance, but I don't think I have the same kind of authority that our dad would have had in this situation. Because clearly he has sworn multiple times now. I think on some level, Daniel has had to grow up very quickly. And that's going to be part of it. He's also very frustrated in this moment. Previously, he was swearing it was out of minor frustration, but I think right now, if I give him more resistance, it's going to like really heighten the frustrations in a way that'll make everything less productive.
Hey, cool down. It's gonna be okay.
I know. But
What did you pack in? What the Dude, you can't fit the whole room in. Don't worry. Your super strong big brother can help.
awesome. Thanks, Sean.
Well,
Okay.
looks like we're almost set.
Did a little bit of inventory Tetris.
Where's Mushroom?
You let
Still
Mushroom outside.
Peeing, I guess?
I'm gonna check what she's up to.
Okay, I'll fill up our bottles and I'll catch up with you guys.
This is why I didn't want to let Mushroom out, because it would be unsupervised. And who knows where Mushroom would run off to and what would happen to Mushroom. It's important to remember that we are smarter than a puppy. And if a puppy wants to go outside, yeah, try to let the dog outside when you can, but the puppy does not need to control you. Refill canteens. Don't mind if I do. We need all the water we can get on our way out. Survival instincts. Oh, what do we have here? Dice. Old games are pretty cool, and they never run out of batteries. Good to bring along. Takes up very little space, too. Cans of ravioli. That's all the food we have left for the road to Beaver Creek. Clearly won't be enough. No, it won't, but at least you got that. That's more than we had when we initially set out. Spoons. just spoons. Blanket. Self-explanatory, I guess. Night in the Forest. Miriam Horn. Old book. Found it in one of the bedrooms. I finally have time to read now. And then his glasses break. I finally had time. Twilight Zone for all of you children out there who've never seen it. Colored pencils. Yep. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we got in Daniel's inventory. Hot Dog Man comic. Classic. That's the one he was reading on the bed. Can of ravioli. Sure. Gotta split it up amongst the two of us. Old tarp. This tarp will keep us dry if it starts raining or snowing while we're on the road. Smart. Crocodisc. Sure. A little cool pics camera. Space scuba. The hell's a space scuba? Now look at this. Gundam. Oh, shit. Mecha robot. I used to watch this show when I was a kid. That's pretty cool. Does it fold up? Is it Transformer-esque? I don't think so. Probably not. Oh, we do have additional journal entries, I think. December 1st, 2016. Huge progress today. Stopped a snowball in the motion. Plus, heavy rock. Daniel getting worse. No fever yet, but no food left. Leaving tomorrow for Beaver Creek. I think I even mentioned last time that I don't think he had a fever at all, or at least it didn't seem like it. And that's confirmation. And then an illustration of the backyard. I have so far not found any of the souvenirs. Whoa. Hectic. Oh, this place really is dilapidated. All right, add canteens.
Okay, all done. Where the hell is he?
Great question. Have they found somebody else outside? That'd probably be bad. Search for Daniel.
Daniel! Daniel! Hey, you out here? Daniel!
Snow.
Where is he?
Never a good sign. I see a path over here and a path over there. I think it wants me to go down that path. Okay.
We have a 2-day walk ahead of us. Better get going.
It's pretty gross, but I think that's supposed to be Mushroom having relieved himself.
Daniel? Where are you?
Heyo. Daniel.
What are they doing? We have to leave.
I'm following the big footsteps. for now. Blood. Jinkies.
What the fuck happened here?
You know, I just love a good, feel-good game like this.
That's not good.
No, it's not. This is why I didn't let Mushroom out. But also, let's not jump to conclusions yet. Is there a bear? There.
Daniel?
Oh, not a bear, but he's a big cat.
Shit. Daniel, do not move.
It killed her! She was my
Damn.
friend!
Calm down, okay? Listen.
Leave me alone! No!
I think we should step forward. I understand. I think this is like a really critical point where Daniel is grieving. Use eldest lectures. Yes, I know. I gotta think it through first. Daniel is grieving, but he finally feels like he has power. And I think if left unchecked, he will resort to vengeance to work his way through the grief. And I think that's really irresponsible for me to let him do. If I don't intervene, I suspect he's going to kill this cougar in some capacity or harm it somehow. I think it's fine for him to use his powers defensively to prevent the cougar from attacking him. I don't think he should use it to harm the cougar. That cougar was just doing what cougars do, or mountain lion, or whatever the hell it is. That big old cat, it just attacked a smaller animal. That's what they do. That's circle of life. It fucking sucks, but like you can't really punish that animal for just existing. That animal doesn't understand what mushroom means to you, Daniel. So I think I have to step forward. Like if I step forward, perhaps Daniel will understand that instead of lashing out in violence to work through grief, he can rely on me. He can rely on others. Other people can help him work through it. I just think don't intervene is a slippery slope. I could imagine a scenario where something bad happens. And if I try to intervene then, Daniel would be like, whoa, what's with the double standard? Why was it okay for me to do this to the mountain lion, but it's not okay for me to do it in this situation with a human or something? I'm having a hard time seeing the downside to step forward. Outside of the fact that if he puts it down, maybe it could still harm us or something like that. Or maybe it'll be really close to Mushroom, so we won't be able to like check on Mushroom to see if Mushroom is still alive in any capacity, or bury Mushroom or whatever. We might have to forfeit the ritual, but we had to forfeit the ritual with our dad, you know? But we don't always get to say goodbye. I don't know, maybe there's something to be said with don't intervene gives Daniel the closure that we never got with our dad. And I could see some value and merit in that, I suppose. But again, I think the downsides outweigh the upsides. Let's see how it goes.
Go away! Go!
Get the hell out of here.
No! No! Mushroom! Why?
Fuck.
That's tough, Daniel.
Daniel, I'm so sorry. It just wouldn't have changed anything to kill it. I'm right here.
What a way to kick off this
That's all right.
this part in the series. Oh boy. Well, if there's any silver lining, it's that it'll be slightly easier to survive because our resources are not being split amongst 3 entities. But that is a grim but pragmatic way to look at it. I suppose, hopefully a lesson was learned that, you know, when you are out in the wilderness, the rules are different.
You should do it.
You have to protect each other. Do you want to say some kind words?
That's it. It's bullshit. You can't even bury her.
Okay, I guess not.
Well, unless you want to say something.
There you go.
Goodbye, Mushroom. You were such a good puppy. I'll always remember. Running through the snow with you. And how you snuggled. And I'll never forget you. Never.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, you got a little too comfortable and you felt like you were still in the suburbs, and this is not really a backyard. This is not a safe space. There is wildlife. There are animals around, obviously. But this is an important reminder. Because next time it could be Daniel, right? I mean, Daniel's more powerful than Sean at this point. So maybe next time it could be Sean. So hopefully this will strengthen our guard. And also, yeah, like the burial of the body itself is not important beyond the ritual of it to give you a sense of closure, right? So there are plenty of burials that happen when the body's not present for a variety of circumstances, and some people still find value in the burial process. It's not really bullshit in that manner. I mean, insofar as any ritual is bullshit. But, you know, maybe Daniel's just not somebody for whom that kind of thing works. Even if there was a body. A lot of people go to funerals and still don't feel closure and still struggle with dealing with the grief. It's not a perfect solution for everybody. So long. Rest in peace. Thank you. I don't like so long. So long feels a little too blasé, a little too casual. Rest in peace would be fine, although it is a little cliche, I guess. I do like the idea of thank you, as long as it's more than him just saying thank you. If he just says thank you, then it feels a little insensitive. But if it's like, hey, thank you for being a good dog to Daniel and to me and all that stuff. Just being thankful for what Mushroom gave to us. That sounds nice. I like that.
Thank you, Mushroom, for looking after us in these woods. You won't be forgotten.
Yeah.
Sean, do you think she's up in heaven? With Dad?
Okay. So I know how I'm going to answer this, and I know how I think in my brain. Personally, I don't believe in an afterlife. I feel like there's no evidence to support that claim. I think it's fine if people do feel that way. We all believe in certain things that we don't have great evidence for. And I think for a lot of people, the idea of heaven is one that makes life, which is really hard, a little bit easier. And I think there's something beautiful about that, even though I don't feel that way. I definitely see the value in that belief. So personally, I'd be like, nah, sorry, man. Like mushrooms just gone. Just mushroom was here and he's gone. And for me, I think that makes me value life a little bit more. We got to experience mushroom while mushroom was here. And the fact that mushroom just does not exist anymore makes our time with mushroom so much more special. Right? We had this brief little fleeting window in the life of the universe where mushroom was alive and where we are alive, and our paths crossed somehow, miraculous cosmic odds of us crossing paths. And we got to spend time with mushroom, and mushroom got to enrich our lives. And I think that's a beautiful and wonderful thing. So I think that gives life more power. But in this particular case, Papito is Catholic, I believe. If I'm remembering that right, they were raised in a household with like a poster of Jesus in the garage or something like that. Religion has a certain level of indoctrination almost kind of built into it. Again, with like the rituals and everything, there is so much of just being brought up in that atmosphere, in that belief. A lot of it's going to rub off onto you up to a certain point. Now, Sean is at a point to where he might start questioning those beliefs. Daniel probably isn't. Although who knows, with the things that they've experienced, it might beg those things into question. But I just feel like I just get the feeling that Sean is a believer, just like his dad was, and I think he would say yes. And I've always thought the only humans get into heaven, but animals don't, is total bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. It makes less sense than a heaven existing. It's just like, who's fucking drawing these boundaries, right? Like, how dare you say that mushroom doesn't have enough of a soul to get into heaven or something like that? So yeah, I think Sean would say yes, unequivocally.
Yeah. I'm sure he will look after her.
Wait. What about his allergies?
Don't worry, there's no allergies up there. They'll be fine together.
That's really funny.
Okay. We should go. It's getting late.
Okay.
Pour one out for the little homie mushroom. That's really sad.
Wish we didn't have to go. I like having a house again.
Come on. Let's hit the road.
What about my traps? Should we leave them up?
They'll protect the next runaways that stay here.
If this day has taught us anything, it's that
Put both you in charge
this place is not safe.
of the house, Mushroom.
So long, my dudes.
Snowmen standing guard. Yeah, this place is not safe. That is a good indicator that we should probably leave. Oh, this is like when the elves leave Middle Earth and they walk in a procession through the through the woods. Daniel, stop dragging your feet. You're gonna get your socks all wet. You good? He looks all tuckered out. Am I gonna get copyright claimed for this? Uh-oh. It's kind of a cool location. IRL platforming. So it's what, like a 30-mile walk or something like that? I know I said that at the end of the last part, but I don't know if I just made up that distance or not, if that 30 miles was to something else. Oh my god. Thanks, Ubisoft Connect, for booting me out of the game. Okay, hopefully I didn't miss too much. Man, we spent all day walking. And day 2. We probably burned through our ravioli. Not all of it, but some of it. I think we could get by on just a can a day. It's not quite enough, but it's enough. All right, we made it to the road. Daniel's still coughing. Honestly, good solution. Because Daniel does tend to get a little bit tired faster than Sean. Beaver Creek. Finally. Yeah, what are we gonna do? Knock on every person's door? Excuse me, sir, where are the houses at? We're gonna show up at 3 a.m. Hey! Hope you don't have any news channels. Man, that snow's really coming down.
We made it, Daniel.
Reynolds.
It's been a long time since I was here.
When was that?
Before you were born.
Wow. Hey, so this is awkward. Can you shelter fugitives of the state?
Let me check you out.
Just for a little bit.
Makes everything super clean. Dad said she got pissed because he let me bring a snowball in the house. We don't want to look like total pigs.
Okay. Okay, so keep things clean and tidy.
What are you waiting for?
I'm thinking, Daniel. And also I'm nervous. And he said that the grandfather was cool. All right, here we go. Ding dong. Hey.
What if they went on vacation?
Now let's just give them a minute.
Something.
I don't want to.
We'll
I don't want to
figure out
blast
something.
their doorbell and annoy them right out of the gate. Give them a second. Ah, see, the light just came on. They're coming through.
I'm sorry, we don't want any of...
Oh my God!
Hello, Claire.
Sean?
Whoa!
Is that Daniel?
What a cool reveal.
Look who's here. After all this time.
Just a quick pause for people who who didn't watch the Captain Spirit playthrough. So this was the lady next door who came over to check on Chris because she thought she had heard some sort of ruckus, and she was very concerned for Chris's well-being. It indicated that she is generally a good person, insofar as she cares about the safety of her neighbor's kid. So that's cool. That's interesting. I knew that there was some sort of tie-in to Captain Spirit, but I didn't know what. I didn't know in what capacity. I had kind of just assumed it was something with like the mechanic of controlling the powers or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's really interesting. That's cool. I wonder if we'll run into Chris or his dad. Okay, and so far, this lady, I already forgot her name, she seems pleased to see them, which is a good sign so far. We'll see if that holds up.
What the hell are you doing here?
Stephen, watch your mouth.
Hey.
Well, it's kind of a long story.
Oh, you poor thing. You know he's sick, right?
Yeah, but
Okay, inside
Okay.
of you.
Thanks. This is a welcome reprieve from the hardships of the road. Knowing how these games go, though, nothing that's good lasts forever. So enjoy it while it's here. Hey, Pops, you're not a narc, are you?
Hey, is it warm enough for you?
oh yeah. Feels nice and toasty.
I gave Daniel some cough medicine, but you should have taken better care of him. He could have been worse. You were lucky. Stephen, may I talk to you for a second?
You don't need to grill me, lady. I'm doing what I can.
So, how's the kid doing?
He'll be...
Oh, shit. I'm so hungry, my belly hurts.
What are we going to do?
Fuck. Did I make a mistake coming here?
Maybe.
Maybe we should call Gus.
It's good to be inside. Finally.
She wondering if they should call the cops.
I just hope they let us die. Remember that. I think it used to be in the living room.
A police officer was killed, Claire.
Feels so awkward to be here.
Grandchildren are wanted by the police for murder.
Hey, y'all can talk in front of me, and also I can hear you whispering.
What if Sean is guilty? Sleeping in our home, next to us.
Let's just ask him what happened. Then we'll figure something out. Okay?
All right, Stephen. Oh, Lord.
All right. What's the skinny? What's the 411?
Are you all right, honey? You want more tea?
Thanks.
Oh, you're nice now.
I'm good.
Well, Sean, do you want to talk about...
The police called us a few weeks ago. They're looking for you as suspects in a homicide.
Yeah.
If you want us to help you,
And if you want to stay safe, you'll let us stay here. Just use that information to my advantage a little bit. We could do this the hard way or the easy way, lady. Sorry. Let's get serious.
did you hurt that police officer in Seattle?
Me? No. Our options are I don't know, seriously, or fucking bullshit. I don't want to say fucking bullshit. And he's got to say it in exactly that way. I don't want to say that because we already know that she is very, like, prim and proper. She doesn't like you bringing snowballs into her house. She's not going to like you cursing up a storm in her household. Even though that is maybe how I feel about the situation, I'm not going to frame it that way. That will not get you what you want. I don't know is also maybe true from his perspective. I think at this point he has pieced some things together. I don't think he has any reason to believe that he himself hurt the police officer, because he didn't. She didn't ask about Daniel. Did Daniel hurt the police officer? Yeah, but like he didn't mean to. Did Sean hurt the police officer? Absolutely not. You can say that 100% truthfully. Absolutely not. In no way. Never laid a finger on him. That's what you have to say. We never laid a finger on him. Never even touched him. 100% the truth. Tactical truth. So I'm torn between I don't know and seriously. The thing that holds me back from seriously a little bit is that it's a little bit more pointed. Like, they are not accusing me. They want more information because they don't know what to believe. Like I mentioned previously, because we left, everybody has only ever heard the perspective of law enforcement. They have only ever heard that side of the narrative. And I'm sure they didn't release the body cam footage or the car perspective, which would be wildly confusing. They'd be like, we don't know what happened. Asking seriously is kind of nice insofar as, do you not know me? Why would you assume the worst of me? So it could kind of put them on the back foot, but I think I'm going to go with I don't know because it feels the most eye-to-eye response. It feels like, okay, you want to sit down and have a conversation. You want me to confide in you. I don't know feels the most level-headed of the three. I'm not going to escalate things in this conversation. I'm going to be as honest with you and direct with you as possible, because I think the truth stands on my side. Unfortunately, I don't know is also the least confident of them. Seriously has a big implication that I would never do such a thing. Fucking bullshit says they're lying. I would never do such a thing. I don't know says maybe they're right. Maybe not. I don't know. But something about the tone of I don't know feels like it is leading him to his most honest answer. And so I think that's why I'm going to go with I don't know, even though it is a scary option to pick because it does a very bad job of defending me. I've got to do it just because it's the least antagonistic.
I don't know. I swear I don't. Too much happened and I'm trying to figure it out.
I guess also his memory's a bit jumbled.
He shot Dad. And now he's gone.
Oh, sweetie. We are so sorry for what happened to your father, but why did you run away if you're innocent?
That's a great question. However, plenty of people do things that seem to imply guilt when they are innocent. You know, maybe a cop wants to look through your car or something like that. And you'll say, hey, no thanks. I do not give you permission to to search and seize my property without a warrant. Somebody may rebut that with, what have you got to hide? You know, just let them do it. What do you have to hide? What, are you guilty? And it's like, no, like, I'm innocent, but this is a protected right that I have that prevents them from doing things like potentially planting evidence or misconstruing something as evidence when it's not, or any given number of things that I'm sure could probably happen that would make me look more guilty than I am, and I'm using the law and my own protected rights to protect myself from false incrimination. This is not exactly the same kind of thing, but just in broad general strokes, sometimes people do things that can be strewed as an indicator of guilt or an implication of guilt when it is not, when there are other factors at play. So, why did I run if I was innocent? It is a valid question. Possibilities. I freaked out. I think that's true. I think he did freak out. I think he didn't know what to do, and he just ran. He just saw a cop show up and shoot his dad, and he knew that more cops were on the way. Well, I guess that's not the full story. He saw a cop show up and shoot his dad, and then he blacked out, and a car was flipped over, and the cop was dead. And then he knew that more cops were on the way. What are they gonna do? Probably not sit down and have a calm conversation with him. Probably not. I would freak out too in such a scenario. Option 2, had no choice. I don't think I like that option. You've always got choices. They're just bad ones. In this particular scenario, all choices are bad. I don't think there's a good choice among them when you wake up and a bunch of people are knocked out or dead around you. I understand how Sean could think he had no choice, but I don't think the grandmother will understand that. She wasn't there. She didn't feel the surge of adrenaline, the confusion, the dazed feeling. She didn't have the ringing in her ears. She may not understand that he felt like he had no choice. Option 3, to protect Daniel. Okay, so in choosing between I freaked out or to protect Daniel, I think I freaked out is the most honest. To protect Daniel, I think is also true, but I suspect that the grandparents will disagree that my actions were the best choice in an effort to protect Daniel. And the reason they won't believe that is because they don't know that Daniel is responsible for the death of that police officer. I mean, you could look at responsibility in a couple of different ways. The cop is in some way responsible for his own death. The neighbor is in some way responsible for the cop's death. Daniel is in some way responsible for the cop's death. You could even stretch it to Papito is in some way responsible for the cop's death. Like, all of these people share some level of responsibility for the chain of events that led to that outcome. And Daniel is part of that. Daniel shares some of that responsibility. So me extracting Daniel from the environment did protect Daniel. So I think to protect Daniel is true. I just don't think they will have enough context to understand it. If I say I freaked out, they will understand it. And maybe they will have enough empathy to extend compassion, even if they think it was the wrong choice. But it is risky because it does make me look worse. How do you handle a situation like that? Also, I freaked out could in some way make it sound like it is more likely that I did harm the police officer because I freaked out. That could be extrapolated and tied back to that. Maybe, maybe not. I kind of put 50% odds on that one. What do I do? I'm leaning towards I freaked out. The reason for that is the way that this is framed. To protect Daniel sounds like almost premeditated. Not insofar as harming the police officer was premeditated, but it sounds like more thought and consideration went into the action of running than actually happened. I think a lot of it was genuinely just like instinctual. I think he went, what is happening? I'm so frightened. I need to leave, and I'm bringing Daniel with me because this is scary, and I don't think Daniel is safe here. So it really feels like X and B are both equally true, genuinely. I think they both factored into the decision. I think they both motivated the decision. I think I freaked out is the reason why Sean left the scene. I think to protect Daniel is why Sean brought Daniel with him when he left the scene. I think they go hand in hand. I feel like I should say both, but I can't. I also wonder if there's some element of, if I say I freaked out, it might remind them that, like, Sean is like 16 or something, you know? He is still very young. So it would be very understandable if he freaked out, if he was just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm leaving. But I do also wonder if I should just say to protect Daniel, because that really is a big driving force in Sean's mind that has informed a lot of his decisions up to this point. And I think it would be good for the grandparents to hear that that is a priority for me, especially since they've already criticized me about taking care of him when he has this cough. I can foresee the pushback on both of these options. I know neither one will land perfectly square on with them. And I do wonder if to protect Daniel will have them questioning what is there to protect, insofar as, like, is Daniel culpable? Is Daniel guilty of something? And then that leads us into the whole superpower conversation, which thankfully Daniel has gotten good enough at his powers that he should be able to quite easily demonstrate these powers if it comes into question. Okay, I think I'm going to say I freaked out. And the reason I'm going to say I freaked out is because I feel like to protect Daniel doesn't really answer their question. Their question is, why did you leave if you are innocent? Perish the thought, but let's say in that initial moment, Daniel does his superpower thing or whatever, and he has like an aneurysm and dies or something like that. Just something really tragic and terrible. So now there's Papito dead, Daniel dead, the cop dead, the neighbor kid dying. I think in that scenario, Sean still leaves. Even if he's not protecting Daniel, I think Sean still freaks the fuck out. And he goes, I gotta get out of here. What is happening? I think he would absolutely leave. I think he would freak out and leave. I'll just say, I think I'm just gonna say I freaked out, and I'm just gonna go with that. It might make me look like a bad caretaker, but I would prefer to say both, and I can't say both. But I think I freaked out is a more honest answer as to why I left if I'm not guilty. Sorry, this feels like a big decision, so I'm putting a lot of thought into it.
It happened so fast. I saw the cop on the ground, and my dad, and I freaked out.
Oh, I know. You poor thing.
This is also consistent with how he's described it throughout the game.
Just made things worse for you and your brother.
You know the police would separate us. Maybe forever. Daniel would end up in foster care.
Well, not forever. Right, once you are both adults, you get a job, you move to your own place, you can keep in touch, you can, like, not forever. maybe through the rest of Daniel's childhood, which would be bad. But not forever. Also, I do think it made it worse for them. I think ultimately, had they stuck around and gone through the system, they would have a really hard time charging you with anything. Although maybe it's not even about charging you with the murder of the cop, and maybe it's more just about, well, now you don't have a dad, so who becomes your caretaker? And the system looks around, and I guess maybe we could have gone to them. That would have made a certain amount of sense. Okay.
You can't be sure, Sean. Anyway, at least
true.
you've managed to come here alive.
Yeah.
We're glad you two are okay.
Thank you.
I hate to think what could have happened to both of you.
Yeah.
You need to think of long-term solutions now.
I tried.
True. I'm just a little guy.
But I can't do everything.
So, what are your plans?
Figure it out. My plan is to figure out. It's a solid 1-point plan. I think you'll find it's very hard to find something wrong with it. I'll give you a hint. It's 3 words. Figure it out. What a bad answer. I mean, your heart's in the right place with it, I guess. But that is not, like, concrete. There's nothing to that. Down to Mexico did sound like it had been his plan, although I feel like we've really stagnated on that plan throughout episode 2, considering we're still in Oregon. And there are only 5 episodes in this video game. That seems like not a lot of progress. But I do think that is his plan. I think that's his long-term goal. So I'm going to say that. Do I agree with the plan? Not really. I think living here for a while would make more sense. But, you know, that's his plan.
Go down to Mexico, to Puerto Lobos. Dad has a family house there.
Sean,
Huh?
you can't run away from the law like fugitives.
Why not?
How can you look out for your brother if you're both running from the police?
You two are gonna stay with us.
Oh, Stephen.
She's like, no, they're not.
After your mother left, your dad never really wanted us in your life. I can't blame him. But you're still part of our family, and we want to prove it.
Yeah, their grandpa is cool as hell. That's such a baller-ass move. I love that from him. That's interesting. It does give them, you know, a second chance at being grandparents. I like the idea. It's also interesting that Sean described the plan to Mexico not to meet up with family on the dad's side down there, which is kind of what I assumed. But rather, their dad just has a house there, and they could just live in the house, which is like, you were already living in a house. You're living in the abandoned cabin. Now, I don't think the cabin was a good, like, long-term solution. Obviously, there's really dangerous wildlife nearby, and it's also very far from civilization. It takes a long time to get anywhere, and you have no support. But I don't think the Mexico plan is that much better. Okay, my options are, thank you. Or, not scared. On one hand, thank you is a classic response. It's just like one of those top-tier, all-timer, never goes out of style kind of responses. Show your appreciation. They're clearly sticking their neck out for you. And it sounds like they are currently willing to help out, not scared. While, on one hand, I like probing these kinds of questions because it is sort of a looming concern, and I would like the clarity of knowing how they feel about, are you nervous about this? Are you sure you're okay with this? But on the other hand, I kind of don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. At least tonight, we've got a roof over our heads. We can get a good meal in us. At least tonight. Let's not make them more concerned than they need to be, so that we can get through the day. We can ask if they're scared tomorrow.
Seriously? That's really nice, Steven. Thank you.
Okay, but we have to lay down the rules of the house.
Sure, no swearing.
No mess, no noise, or no service.
The biggest rule is keep your heads low around here. Beaver Creek is small and nosy. And nosy.
We can stay? Serious? Awesome! Ooh, Sean, guess what? There's a huge model train upstairs.
Hey,
Don't touch it.
you're supposed to be resting, young man.
Yeah, yes, he is. But he seems better already. Anyway, you and Daniel will stay here, at least until Daniel's better.
Okay.
See what happens next.
And at the very least, even if they say, hey, we got to kick you out for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe they're living on Social Security checks and they're like, we just literally can't afford to support 2 kids. Kids are expensive. If for whatever reason they feel like they need to kick us out. Oh, no. I'm just imagining Daniel, prediction time. Daniel goes outside, is playing in the yard or something, sees Chris next door, becomes friends with Chris. Chris's dad, who's an alcoholic, sees Daniel, pieces together who he is, runs his big mouth in town, and the law comes crashing down. And we have to make another run for it. I feel like that's what's going to happen. That's just my guess. Anyway, if at some point they do have to kick us out, at least we will have the support structure of our 2 grandparents to help us develop a good plan for where we should go and what we should do and how we should move going forward. As long as we don't burn that bridge.
So, I bet you're hungry.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
Or something.
She just comes out with a pot of ravioli. Oh, no. Not again. Anything but ravioli. It's a big house for just the 2 of them. Real boomer
How do
shit.
you feel, Superwolf?
Way better. It's nice and warm in here. And the food? Yum.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah. Good plan, Sean.
Better? You look cozy.
Yeah. I love that bed. Thanks, Grandma.
Good. Your temperature is down.
I'm way better now.
You still need to take it easy.
How about if we say a little prayer and
Oh.
thanks?
It's like a bedtime story, right?
Well, this is a bit like this, yes.
Sure.
Except the story comes from
The Bible.
there.
The ceiling.
So are we ready to pray?
Okay, so this tells me that Papito did not really. He kind of kept his religious beliefs to himself a little bit. I mean, he clearly had the imagery around the house a little bit, but he didn't say, "Okay, now this is what you believe, little one. This is what you believe." Whereas the grandma is a little bit more like, "This is what I believe, and we're all gonna believe it together," which is a style of religious identity that I don't like very much. It's like, hey, believe whatever you want, but just keep it to yourself. just we don't have to make a big deal about it. If the grandmother came in and said, "I would like to get to know you," and started asking questions about religious belief, I think that's cool. That's totally fine. And then we have like a little bit of a sharing, bonding moment. But this is like kind of like getting her fingerprints on the grandchildren, which is that might be one of the reasons why Papito was like, hey, maybe you guys kind of stay out of their lives a little bit. That probably is not 100% what led to that decision. That feels like it might have been an overreach. But there's probably some other stuff mixed in as well. I don't know. It's just that this really stood out to me. This is interesting. But by all means, Sean and Daniel should play along.
Just follow my lead.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say sure. But I do get the impression that it's like, this is a pay-to-play situation. This is a... You kind of got to go along with it if you want the benefits of having a roof over your head. But it's interesting that they give me the option, because that indicates to me that this is not a choice between does Sean believe or not, does Sean practice or not. This is a decision between does Sean go along with her or not. Yeah, I'm going to say sure. I don't want to rock the boat too early. Just like, let's go along with it. And it's also a little bit backed up by me saying that Mushroom is in heaven with Papito. So sure. Personally, if I'm playing as myself, I'm going to say not for me. Sorry. It's just not my thing. It's not my bag. Feel free to include me in your prayers if you like. However, in this case, I'm playing strategically. I'm in it to win. So I'm going to say sure.
Sure. We need all the help we can get.
Can you ask the blessed dad? And Sean? And Mushroom. And you and Grandpa. And, everybody else.
Oh my, you are so sweet.
It's a big prayer.
Thank you, Lord, for
They-
bringing Sean and Daniel safe and sound into our house.
Their arms made the Tetris piece. Sorry. That's just...
Take care of Esteban and, Mushroom.
Yeah.
Please. Give us the strength to get over the hardships of the past and the trials yet to come. Amen.
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 Ominous. No.
Okay. It's bedtime. Try to get some rest. You still need it. And no roughhousing in here.
No worries. We're too tired. Good night. Oh, and thanks again.
Good night, Grandma.
Did either of them take a shower? Or nah? Because, like, it's been a while, I think.
It feels so nice to have a bed again. And a bathroom.
I hear that.
Sure. Don't have to use the bucket anymore.
Whatever.
Okay, so they did shower.
Well, Claire seems pretty caring. And nice.
Yeah. A little strict.
Steven is too.
What do you mean you guess Steven is?
Fine here.
I think so.
I think Steven is more nice than Claire. I think he's a little more relaxed with the rules. But he's got to keep the rules enforced to keep Claire happy. That's the vibe I get.
And the more important thing is you'll have time to get better.
Sean,
Hey, yo, what up?
are we in Mom's old room?
Nah, I don't think this is the one. Not from what I remember. But it's been a while.
Could we check it out tomorrow? Maybe find some of her stuff?
No way. Why? Yeah, like, I would be interested to do that. I mean, I know that Sean has some level of resentment towards his mom. He speaks of her in a very detached way, in a way that is indicative of he does not appreciate decisions she has made in the past. And he sort of holds that over the idea of her in his mind. But I think she left so early in Daniel's life that Daniel doesn't really remember her at all. So he never developed that resentment I guess. I mean, I'm sure some people do develop that resentment when a parent figure just isn't in their life at all through their whole life. But I can sort of imagine a scenario where you don't, because you just don't have like that nucleating point, that like thing that you can point to where you're like, that's the reason why I hate you. But it's clear that Sean has that and Daniel doesn't. So I'm going to go with why, because I want to know more about the mom. I want us to explore that stuff so I could learn more. And I think ultimately it might be slightly healing for Sean, but maybe not. It could resurface some trauma a little bit. I think it would be nice for Daniel at the very least, because he just knows so little about her.
Why would you want to do that?
I just don't know anything about her.
See?
Daniel, I understand. But we need to focus on where we are now and where we're off to. Mom left us. She made her choice. We gotta make ours. And we can't keep going back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess.
He's definitely still struggling with her leaving.
You've been doing so great with your... well... you know. I was wondering... how do you do it?
I don't know. I concentrate and it just happens.
I really like this conversation because we've seen that Sean has like a little bit of envy about this power that Daniel has. I don't know if envy's the right term, but Sean would definitely also like to have the power. I think he's disappointed that he doesn't have it. And so I like that they're having this conversation where, for once, Daniel is representing the authority figure. Like Sean is looking up to Daniel. Sean is asking Daniel for knowledge. Sean is relying on Daniel to provide something for him. And I think that's a really nice balance to their relationship. Because Daniel relies on Sean for so much, for caretaking, for food, for making these big decisions, for all sorts of stuff, all manner of things. So it's nice that there's this kind of reciprocation a little bit. Questions are, does it hurt? Feeling strong. I'll ask, does it hurt? Mostly because I don't want to feed into the power fantasy of it. That was part of my decision making when he had the mountain lion or cougar or whatever suspended. I didn't want him to focus on the power it gives him, the feeling of being superior to other living creatures. So I do wonder if it hurts. Because I also speculated earlier that it might lead to him coughing.
Wait. Does it hurt?
Nah. It's kinda itchy though.
Huh.
And exhausting.
Sorry. Anyway. Remember the rules, right? We really don't want Claire or Stephen to start asking questions.
I know. Don't show, don't talk.
Just keep that in mind and everything should be fine.
Also, don't curse.
Little cup.
That was cute. Beaver Creek, Oregon. 1 week later. Nice. It looks like we have gotten a little comfortable. Sleeping in. We've got stuff strewn about the room. There's a hot dog man poster Oh no, Power Bear poster.
Man, I could sleep all day long in this bed. But I'm way too hungry.
True. All right. Bandana.
Man, I miss that dirty little dog
Yeah.
so much more than I thought I would. I don't even know how Beaver Creek looks like. We're not allowed to get out.
For good reason. Don't forget it.
This is pretty good so far. I love that Steven only has crime and train books.
It's good to have a hobby. Inherent mice. Like vice, I guess, is a play on words. Dad's picture.
It's cool Claire dug this up for us. Dad's such a baller in his suit.
Yeah. Looks nice.
Claire wanted to throw her clothes away, but we convinced her that with some sewing and cleaning, it would be enough.
Frugal. Smart. Fire department shirt's cool.
Alright. I'm allowed to go out now.
Support your local fire department.
That's a cool memento of our secret cabbing in the woods.
Earmuffs.
Thanks, Claire, but I will never wear these things.
You gotta do it every once in a while. Show her that you're gracious and appreciate the thought.
Daniel is training his precision with ease. Fucking awesome.
Sean, it's freaking awesome. When you're in this house, it's freaking awesome. Canteen. Okay, he really offloaded. Has a lot less stuff in here. No can of ravioli, no pine cones. Sean inventory looks about the same. It is a little reduced. I don't remember what is gone outside of the ravioli stuff. Canteen, probably the best thing we found in the old house. We got a few new pages here. December 2nd, 2016. Fuck. Sorry, pup. Yeah, those are some pretty mushrooms. December 3rd. Burning cold. Oh, that sounds like frostbite. Had to carry Daniel for over 2 miles. No one stopping to help us. What's wrong with these guys? Kind of dangerous to pick up hitchhikers. You're not supposed to do it. It's illegal in some parts of the country. Maybe all parts? I don't know. December 5th. Dan getting better. I forget that he sometimes calls him Dan. Dan feels like an adult man's name to me. He's eating like a horse. Guess that's good. Yeah, probably. Been hanging out with, what does that say? CNS. Been hanging out with CNS a lot. I'm guessing that's the grandparents. I have already forgotten both of their names. Steven and something else. Pretty awkward after all these years. They're walking on eggshells not to talk about Seattle or Karen. There's a huge elephant following us everywhere. Rude. It's a great elephant. Also, really nice likeness of everybody involved. Ooh, and then we have some portrait studies. And we have Daniel's own portrait studies. Remembering Mushroom. Pretty. Claire. That's what it was. Claire Reynolds. Daniel's drawing of Claire is heinous. December 7th. Reynolds rules. Discretion. Don't leave the house. Disconnection. No phone. No internet. Daily chores. Homework for Daniel. LMAO. Good luck with that, Claire. Not bad rules. Unfortunately, I think they will be. Yeah, I just read the top right, and I was about to say, I bet they are bored out of their minds No internet, totally disconnected from society, and they have to be isolated in the home. They're on house arrest. They're serving their time. Grateful for being here, but need to get out. Gotta think of what's next. Ain't no chill for the wicked. I think what these 2 pages are demonstrating is that there is a pressure with being a youth, with being just a person that's alive in a modern time. There's a pressure, this like expansion pressure, and the rules are not allowing the pressure to escape. You need some sort of pressure valve that allows them to feel comfortable. Give Daniel Minecraft. You know what I mean? Let him build his fort. The no internet thing, I think, is way more restrictive than it needs to be, because what the rule really should be is don't reveal your identity on the internet. You have to be anonymous. But if you're on YouTube or something, watching a channel such as one of my many fantastic channels, that's fine. Nobody's gonna know that it was Sean who watched a video of Life is Strange 2. Nobody's gonna know, but it's gonna make him feel more comfortable. It's gonna make him feel like he doesn't need to get out of the house because he has some release. He has some like feeling of being entertained, some feeling of content and comfort. And in some cases, some feeling of challenging the mind. I think these are all really important for like a healthy mentality, a healthy outlook and mental space to be in. But if you really bottle that up, at some point something's gonna break. Okay, a wolf study. Interesting. So if we look back through all of these, you'll notice that they're all monotone, right? Because basically he is so limited in materials, he can only either afford or only has access to pencils. He just has pencils. Everything has to be just pencil. But now that he is in a house that has supplies, I mean, we saw that once we got to the abandoned cabin, some colors started to be introduced, but only through Daniel's rough sketching. However, Sean never really let himself work with color because he didn't want to use all of Daniel's resources. But now that they are in a house that has some amount of resources, I guess this is an exception, but now that they're in a house that has some amount of resources, both Daniel and Sean are being able to use color. I think that's quite interesting. That's some nice, like really subtle storytelling. Just a thoughtful consideration of logistic resources through the sketches. Whoa. Is that their mom? Space toy.
Yep. Daniel knows how to milk Grandma for toys.
It's a satellite.
Good. He deserves to be spoiled. Daniel looks like a total thug in his new pajamas.
Okay.
Can't believe we actually spent a month out there by ourselves and survived.
It is certainly an accomplishment in its own. Go downstairs to have breakfast. I would not want to be...
Pretty badass.
I would not want to be stranded out on the road for a month. Okay, let's get some breakfast.
Hit the kitchen quick. Claire's waiting for us.
Yeah.
Sean!
Whoa!
Finally.
Sean, are you awake? Breakfast's almost done, so come down when you're ready, okay?
Something stole focus and my game closed.
Scare the passengers away.
Steven does seem pretty cool.
Faster!
Can't believe it's already been a week since we got here. I'm glad they get along so good. Daniel's definitely the ideal grandson.
A nice setup he's got.
What's up?
Ah, look who's here. But you're too late for the 9:15 express.
It's okay. I'll take the next one.
It will leave after breakfast. Don't
Okay.
be late this time.
I won't.
Okay, I should go brush my teeth. Always brush your teeth before eating breakfast.
Come on. The chief has to get
Fuck.
to train Seattle by
I broke
noon.
this thing like 10 years ago. I can't believe they fixed it.
Yeah.
Kept it.
It's like that. Was it a Japanese technique, where they'll mend some pottery back together that has been broken, using this sort of like gold adhesive or whatever, and it looks really beautiful. It's unique and tells its own story.
In town. Do we have enough fuel?
Well, this engine
That's cool.
runs on charcoal, Chief.
Ooh, that's true. And we have a ton of it.
What's in here?
It's been locked ever since we got here.
Ah,
And I kind of don't give a fuck.
mom's room. Gotcha.
Better not sneak in. They won't like it.
Okay. You got it. But yeah, you should always brush your teeth before you eat breakfast. I used to not do that when I was young, but I did not understand the reason you do this. It's because, my understanding, I'm not a dentist. Listen to your dentist. But I think the reasoning for this is that throughout the night,
Man.
shut up. The reason you do this is because at night, because you are not circulating saliva throughout your mouth, as you do during the day, bacteria starts to grow and develop in your mouth, right? Real gross stuff. But one result of that, beyond just the bad breath, is that it makes your teeth softer. And so when you brush your teeth in the morning, you're removing some of that bacteria. You also get rid of a lot of it with like a tongue scraper, because the tongue holds a lot of that bacteria as well. So you do that to remove some of the bacteria that is softening your teeth, and then also you have the fluoride that helps your teeth and everything. And so after a certain period of time, 20 minutes or something like that after you brush your teeth, it takes that long for your teeth to get back to their normal like hardness levels. So you don't want to eat breakfast before you've brushed your teeth and done that whole ritual and routine, because it is more likely to wear away enamel faster than if you brush your teeth first. That's my understanding, at least. Once I understood that, then I was like, oh, I'm not going to do anything until I've brushed my teeth in the morning.
Claire's food smells so good. I'm starving. They have so many pills and stuff to take. Sucks to be old.
Yeah, it does.
Crazy how everything is neat and tidy here.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Changed from our last home.
Oh, true.
We have to.
Hope I'll never have to hold on to a bar to take a shit.
You got to do what you got to do.
Wow. They sure did stock us up on clothes for the winter.
That's nice.
Saw some teeth in there a few nights ago. I wonder if it's Claire's or Steven's. I used to hate brushing my teeth. Just like Daniel. Now I can't get enough toothpaste. Man.
Don't tell me you're a toothpaste swallower. I can't get enough toothpaste. I guess maybe what he's getting at is after spending a month on the road, not being able to take any steps towards basic hygiene, I will happily accept whatever you can throw at me as far as hygiene. Like, Sean is probably thinking, I'll floss every day. I don't care. I'll floss every day. After every meal, I'll do it. I'll do it. But don't swallow the toothpaste. I mean, I'm sure it's probably fine. Like, they probably make it so that it's fine if you do it. But I don't know. Toothpaste just is gross enough that I would never want to do that. You're already by the sink. Just spit it out.
cursed food smells so good. I'm starving.
You're not getting any nutritional value from... Wait. Are you not going to let me wash my face now?
Feels so good to be safe at last.
What the hell? There was a prompt to wash my face, but then I looked at the toothpaste and it went away. That makes me sad. Okay. I guess I'm going downstairs. Not washing my face.
Come on. The chief has to get this train to Seattle by noon.
Coming down. I'm very nosy. Trying to take a peek around. Oh. Some of this looks very similar to The House in Life is Strange 1.
Hold your breath.
Except they would have the kitchen over there.
You made it.
This house is pretty grandparent coded. You just need a really loud clock. Oh, it looks so pretty outside.
Tunnels ahead. Hold your breath.
Oh my, look who's awake.
An easel.
Good morning,
Nice.
sleepyhead.
Hey.
Bed. Feels like a cloud.
I know. You
Okay.
can sit down, Sean.
All
Aren't
right.
you hungry?
Starving. Famished.
Daniel, breakfast time. Your brother is ready.
Grandpa showed me a boxcar.
Stephen, your grandson needs to eat now. You can show him the boxcar later. I love how they're getting along.
Yeah, it's nice. He was nervous that the grandparents weren't going to like him. I had to dissuade him of that notion. Need help? What's on the menu? I'll ask if she needs help. I think she would appreciate that. Even though I don't think she needs help, I think she's already done. I think the food is already on on the counter. A little late to ask for help now, but it's the thought that counts.
Do you need help or anything?
Oh, don't worry. I can do this in the dark. But thanks for the offer.
All right, all right.
Are you boys done playing?
We had an express delivery with the passengers. But the engine broke down.
Yep, has to go straight to the workshop.
Good. No trains in the kitchen, remember?
Damn.
Gotcha, Chief.
Choo choo!
She runs a tight ship. What could possibly go wrong having a train in the kitchen?
Oh,
Whoops.
sugar. He can fix his trains, but not my kitchen.
I could probably figure that out. It's just like 2 screws.
Did I make enough? Everything's okay?
It's great,
What is
as
this?
usual.
Eggs and
Best
waffles?
cook ever.
Looks like you're getting cozy with this new country life after all.
Yeah, sure. I mentioned this before in the Captain Spirit video. I don't really like breakfast food for the most part. I mean, you give me some fruit. I like fruit. Fruit's kind of breakfast food adjacent. I miss Seattle. It's nice. I was so busy thinking about breakfast food, I totally forgot what she was talking about. I think this is coming off the back of her saying, it seems like you two are adjusting well to country life. I'll say it's nice. I tend to keep going for the path of least resistance with the grandparents, or at least what I perceive as that path. But in this case, we've only been here a week. I don't know that we're comfortable enough with each other for me to say, yeah, I miss our old life a whole lot. I would rather be there than here. I don't know that we're quite to that level. I'll say it's nice. Whatever.
Yeah. It's nice to be far away from everything. Feels like we're the only ones out here.
Well, that's exactly why we love it. It feels safe, unlike the big city.
I I get it.
I like it. It's cool here.
Well, bless your soul. You'd get along good with our neighbors. We try to lend a hand,
Chris.
like to Charles next door. He
Charles,
lost
that's
his
right.
wife, and things have been hard on him and his son. He would just get lost in Seattle. But we're all taking care of him here.
How old is his son?
I think he's your age.
Ooh, cool.
Don't trust him. Charles will screw it all up. I can see it now. No. I wasn't sure what to do. If I were to choose something, I probably would have said nothing. Because again, if I said stop, then I have to come up with an excuse as to what I'm saying stop about, because she would hear that. But he is getting a little getting a little cheeky with it. He's testing the boundaries.
Oh, I thought Stephen was a fast eater.
Hey, Grandma, I wanted to ask you something about that locked room upstairs.
I told you there is nothing to see in it, Daniel.
Why were you in it this morning then?
Because there's a lot of old junk in there. And besides, it's not safe for you to explore, okay?
Caught your ass.
This is bullshit.
Daniel, language. Why don't you go explore outside? You sure look like you're getting better. Get some...
Wait, what? Why don't you go outside? Isn't that like one of the main rules? Don't go outside, ever. Also, Daniel, stop cursing. What are you doing?
fresh air.
I'll wait for Sean, and then we'll go. We won't be loud. Promise.
But be careful nobody sees you. Stay in the back, okay?
Maybe you should tell him that it was Karen's room.
And maybe you should tell him to watch his mouth.
I have. Also, you could tell him that.
It's just a room now, Sean. Nothing to see.
Why lock it then? I mean, that is a fair question. But I mean, it's her house. She can lock whatever room she wants, right? I like saying Daniel needs to know, I think. Daniel needs to know. Yeah, because why lock it then sort of frames it as though she is doing something wrong. Whereas Daniel needs to know redirects the framing so that it's like, think about it from Daniel's perspective, right? Daniel doesn't know anything about her and he really wants to. You should be honest with him. It's important to him. Sean doesn't need to inject his own personal feelings into this. He just needs to be a good advocate for Daniel and his interests.
Daniel needs that. He doesn't know anything about her.
I know, poor thing. But his mother isn't in there anymore.
What the fuck happened to her?
He goes in the room, okay? I'm serious.
Mom contacted you or don't care anyway? Well, I think Sean would say don't care anyway. He's made it very clear that that is how he projects his view of his mom, that he's like very dismissive, that he's like, she made her choice. I'm glad she's gone. But it very much feels like that is the surface level defense mechanism that he has. And deeper underneath, he's still very hurt by it. And I think he would like to mend that wound. He just has never had the opportunity to. He has never had the means to. He has never had the tools to be able to do that. I'm going to say Mom contacted you because I think these kinds of conversations are healthy to have. And I think that is more likely to lead him down a path of actually confronting how he feels about his mom. Whereas don't care anyway, it's going to hurt Claire's feelings. And it's also going to keep him cold and distant, and I don't want any of that. So I'm going to say Mom contacted you.
Did Mom ever contact you?
Oh, that's a little bit more open-ended.
She only talked to Dad a few times. Then she was gone.
Yes, she was. You know, Sean, I don't really want to talk about this anymore. It's over. Anyway.
I see where Sean gets his defense mechanisms for. I don't know. I like talking about whatever, because I think that's usually a good way to work through things. I get the sense that Claire has some things to work through as well. She has some unresolved feelings.
You have to respect my rules under my roof. Okay?
This wasn't one of the rules, lady. Chill out. You told me the rules were no internet and don't go outside. And that's kind of it. And now you're saying this is a rule? Is the rule I'm breaking that I'm too loud? That I'm talking to you? I'm going to say, of course, again. I'm going to placate her. But I feel like chill out. Because also she's telling me to break the rules by going outside. But yeah, I just feel like we don't have the rapport yet. I don't feel like we have the sort of relationship where I can push back on this issue, unfortunately. I feel like bringing it up to begin with was already pushing the envelope of our boundaries. So I'll back off at this point.
Of course. Always.
I appreciate that, Sean. Now you better go find your brother.
I'm not trying to fumble the bag, you know?
There's a shed with some old toys outside. I'll bet Stephen has the key.
Daniel will freak. Thank you.
So should I talk to Stephen before I go outside? I guess. Are there more things to look at around here now? There are. Oh my God, there's so many things. Is he doing homework? That's funny.
Yeah. Pretty different from the one we had back at home.
They really nailed the grandparent house, the like strict grandparent house, the overly quiet, the overly controlling of behaviors kind of thing. Obviously not all grandparents live this way, but some do. And this feels very authentic to that. Housework, Steven, vacuum, fold towels, fix drawer. Sean and Daniel, tidy room, put clothes in washing machine, hug grandparents. Oh. Well, those chores are like nothing. Those are not real chores, right? You don't have to wash the dirty dishes or anything like that. You don't have to take out the trash. Come on, man. I guess she wouldn't want them to take out the trash because that has them going outside. Claire, everything else. She's really putting a lot on her shoulders. Tidy room is the only one that's like kind of actually for real. But even then, it's like just don't leave stuff laying around. And that's not even a chore anymore. Hug grandparents is not a chore. It's just common courtesy. Recipes.
Claire could totally be on one of those cooking shows.
Yeah?
She would be brutal.
Sounds good. Look tidy.
You belong in the cupboard.
All right. I'll do it.
Clean kitchen equals clean conscience.
Odd that she didn't put it up. We didn't even have cereal for breakfast. So
I don't know.
that's been there for probably a day.
It's cool that Claire does her
Art?
little paintings.
Little paintings? This easel is massive.
I wonder where this was taken. I don't picture Claire and Steven as world travelers. Where was that picture of you guys on the beach from?
We went to Hawaii when Stephen retired, believe it or not.
That's so cool. I could totally see you surfing. Did you love it?
Well, it was too much paradise for me. I think Stephen could have stayed.
Dad said Puerto Lobos was like a mini paradise.
Of course he would.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you'll think that.
We'll see.
What? He's letting him play with firecrackers again? Oh, for Christ's sake. Sorry for getting upset, Sean. I just don't feel comfortable talking about all this.
It's fine, really. We don't have to.
Wait, she allows herself to say for Christ's sake? Isn't that like taking the Lord's name in vain? Or something like that? Or is that just God? Sometimes the line gets a little blurry in some of that stuff. You gotta use one of those.
You had a dog?
Yes. Old Polly left us 3 years ago. But she's still with us, day after day.
Isn't she in heaven? With Mushroom?
Of course she is. But she's in our thoughts as well.
That's nice.
Daniel seems so happy to be here. Good.
Also, they were making reference to Chris using firecrackers, which I remember to be Charles did not actually let him do it. He just was walking around and found them. But this might be indicating that the events of right now are concurrent with the events of Captain Spirit. And this happened towards the end of my gameplay when I put the firecrackers in the snowman or something like that and used my imagination powers to blow him up. And I remember thinking that it was a bad idea that he used firecrackers as well.
I heard Claire rehearse some songs. She's got the groove.
Okay, actually, now that I think about it, I think this might be a good opportunity to stop things and pick it up next time. I mean, there's probably like 30 minutes left in this episode, if I had to guess. But it looks like there's a lot of stuff to look at. And then we're going to go outside, and then we're going to end up crossing paths with Chris or something. We might come back to Claire going to go check on Chris or something like that. I don't know. And then who knows if there's more after that or not. But this seems like a good like resting place. And it's been over 2 hours in this recording session. So I'm going to go ahead and come back to this next time. All right, good episode. Started off really rough with the death of Mushroom. Very sad. But I think we did a good job of navigating that with Daniel. And then we did make our way to the grandparents' house. And to my surprise, they were pretty open to welcoming us in. It's a nice change of pace. Ever since then, it has been not the environment I would like to live in, but I think that is a fair trade for living in a controlled, safe environment where things are being provided for you, right? We no longer have to scavenge food and eat berries that make us sick. We no longer have to risk running across dangerous wildlife. We no longer have to worry about clean water. We no longer have to worry about whether we can bathe ourselves or not. You know, we no longer have to worry about all sorts of things, all manner of things. And the only thing we have to give is a little time for chores and maybe living a slightly more reserved lifestyle than we would prefer. I think for the time being, that's fair. Really cool crossover with Captain Spirit. I really like that. That's interesting. I also thought that there might be some possibility of us running across Chris and Charles, but I didn't expect the direct tie-in with the neighbor who checked on them. I guess I probably should have, because it's the only other character in that game who was not like directly within the household who we met. This game stresses me out. It's so heavy. It's just constantly heavy. Life is Strange 1, which I enjoyed very much and have continued to enjoy for 10 years at this point. It deals with super heavy themes, but there's always a bit of I don't know that I would call it levity, but it doesn't feel as like oppressive as Life is Strange 2, right? Life is Strange 2, there's so much more struggle in just getting by. And maybe some of that is because of the agency that they put on me, the player, where it makes me feel like I am having to ensure that we can survive, right? I am tasked with the responsibility of, buying the bread at the convenience store. I am tasked with the responsibility of filling up our canteens. I am tasked with the responsibility of this and that and this and that. Whereas Life is Strange 1 is not about survival. It is about figuring out this mystery of what happened to Rachel Amber. It's figuring out what's going on with this. What's the connection between these characters? I like the detective aspect of Life is Strange 1, as well as the sort of supernatural side of things. Whereas Life is Strange 2, it obviously has that supernatural side of things, but it feels like it is in the background to the survival. And it just feels so heavy. It's tough for me to want to sit down and spend my evening with Life is Strange 2 because I know it's going to put me in a certain space in my brain. But we're persisting. We're getting through it. We're surviving. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, check out my channel, Emergent Beacon, or, other parts in this series. This is part 4 of Life is Strange 2, 5 including Captain Spirit. I'll finish this game. Hell or high water. See you next time on Life is Strange 2.